alcohol, but give that just a minute. It's a little bit spicy, a little bit appley, a little bit sweet. I'm getting pinged on Discord. How much do you want to bet it's about art? Well, it's not about art. Wild. All right. So the first thing that comes to mind right at the top here is like apple cider. That's kind of like a spiced apple cider, a spiced warm apple cider. Even though it's like I don't know how I would get the temperature involved, but it's like a nice warm spiced apple cider. Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely spiced apple cider. Like it's sweet, but the sweet is like a fruity sweetness. It's got spice in there, a strong orchard fruit presence. But that's me more like breaking down the notes combined and just up front. It's definitely a warm apple cider. I don't really get much of like a maltiness or anything. It's just straight up fruit, spice, sweet. Not really any hidden complexity up immediately apparent, but as soon as we drink some, usually um, we get some more variation and development. Maybe like candied, like a fruity candy, like a hard candy, but the flavors are light and bright and like red apple, cherry, um, orange, like even a little bit citrus, bright and shiny sweetnesses, all like fruit related, not like not like brown sugar sweet or like syrupy sweet. It's all like artificial candy sweet or fruit sweetness. It's quite nice actually. It's not like overly complex, not like a lot of complex things going on, but the aroma is quite powerful and quite pleasant. All right, I'm gonna try this on the palate and see if we can if the nose is about the same here. It's a lot more spicy. Palate's a little drying, but still has like that apple character. Not like the sweet candied fruits from the nose, but still has that quite dark apple cider, spiced apple cider character, but like heavy on the spice. Spice is quite heavy on it, which I guess makes sense. It's called Spice Tree. Um, but it's not like a sharp, aggressive spiciness. Sometimes you get like a spiciness that's really strong and bitter. And this is kind of more of a pleasant spice. And the finish is like same, quite spicy, a little oaky, not as much fruit, but still there. The whole experience, right at the start, just kind of mimics that uh, warm apple cider note. Just a little woodier on the back end. Not much development so far. It's maybe like the um, deeper notes, like the spicy like part of it, and like maybe some of the sweet part of it is like deeper, but it's pretty much just the same. Not much development at this point. You give it some time. It's mostly all just like accented fruit notes still. Yeah, sweet candied fruit, maybe like sweet stewed fruit, or what some people call like, was it compote? Is that the word? The fancy note people give compote. You know, like fruit and sugar syrup kind of thing. It's like just sweet fruits, some spices, but not really anything else. Trying to find like, I don't know, like a vanilla note or something. Yeah, maybe like a little bit of vanilla in there. Maybe like it's not very bready, but like sometimes you have like melted butter with cinnamon sugar, and there's like a little bit of that kind of idea, like a cinnamon sugar melted butter mix. Maybe some like fluffy white powdered sugar in there too. It's just all the sweetnesses, fruit, and like some spice. It's all well integrated. It's all well balanced. Nothing is like sharp, overpowering. There's not much nuances, but it could be because like everything feels like so relatively equal volume and integrated. let's go again. Let's launch it. Yeah, I'm just missing that in that all of those kind of integrated notes on the palette. It's still more just apple, um, just warm apple cider, except heavy on the spice, gentle spice, but it's still like the predominant character, like that whatever baking spice. Like it's not maybe like a specific one, but for me, it's more like cinnamon nutmeggy. But if you wanted to throw like cloves or allspice in there, you probably wouldn't be wrong. And the finish is still heavy on the spice, maybe some cocoa powder, a little bit of the apple character is still in there, some lingering oakiness. Finish is like medium. It's like medium length, something like that. Coats the glass pretty good, actually. Legs are pretty decent. Those are pretty much the same. I'm gonna try to get on the palette. I just want to like see if I can get much else out of this palette. Maybe think about the texture a little bit. Yeah, it's about the same. Texture is like pretty good, but not super thick or super oily or anything. Volume of flavor is good, but not a whole lot going on. I would like if it gave me like a couple more notes, like a couple more things peeking in on the palate and finish. The intensity of it is good. It's just the variety is maybe a little lacking. It's all the spices, and I guess from a bottle called Spice Tree, maybe you maybe you expect that, but it'd be nice if it just gave me a little more. Give me some icing on the spice. Give me some nuance. Fruit's coming out like kind of really cherry right now. It's like less apple, more cherry. Everything else kind of the same. It's just more like a sweet whole cherry fruit. Still some apple in there, but it's like that cherry note is kind of at the top now. Nothing terribly new there other than that. So let's see. Let's think about the aroma. Try to give a number out of 25. It's pretty good. There's lots of different integrated combination notes. It's well integrated. The intensity is good. Oh, now you're back. You want some of that now? No, it's because I started looking. Yeah, it's yours. You can have that one. That's why I got it for you. What? Look, as soon as I started being okay with you being up here as much as you want, you're just up here all the time, aren't you? What? You can drink that. You want some of the bottle? No, you're a cat. You can't have any of that. Are you sneaking over to my water? You can't. You can't have my water. That's why I got you your own. I even picked a mug with a wide brim. You goober. Excuse me. Hey, that's not for chewing. Hey, hey, you. My ring lights, they have like these knobs so I can adjust them, and they're like they have cat teeth marks in all of them because of you. Mosley doesn't chew on them. It's just you. Yeah. Uh, that one's mine. You have your own over here. That one's yours, and you don't want that one. Yeah. I always forget to bring a mug for them because they're her or Mosley are always up here when I'm doing this. And the one time I remembered, she just doesn't want it. She just wants mine. Classic. Just classic stuff. I quite like this nose. The notes are strong. Lots of combinations. Pretty juicy, actually. Quite flavorful. Uh, it's not insane. Let's go with 18. 18 out of 25 on aroma. Pretty strong. Pretty strong. We call this great. It's a great nose. Unfortunately, the palate is going to be less good. Unless it shows me something right now. Yeah, on the rival, you just get that like warm apple cider, that apple fruit spiciness in the mid palate, an arrival of some oak and sweetness. But that's pretty much it. It's a pleasant flavor. I enjoy it, but it's not overly complicated. Nothing crazy going on here. Um, palate will go like 15. 15. All right. So we're going to focus on the finish, which is kind of like cinnamon, nutmeg, cocoa powder, a whisper of apple, um, some barrel bitter oakiness. That's pretty much it. Right when you swallow, you get kind of like that apple baking spice, um, oaky note right away. And the spice kind of like morphs into more like a cocoa powder. The apple kind of like stays there very in like a very in the background, very whispery, a little bit of it. And the like oakiness is what mostly lingers. It's like the 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 lingering part of the finish is like wood that was in contact with apples. um, it's not that good. I say the finish is like 13. It's definitely the worst part. It's definitely the worst part. So let's think about the texture, which I already am pretty sure it's not thick and velvety, but it's not thin. It's probably like the high end of smooth. It's probably like a 6 out of 10. I really want it to be like really thick or really oily, really viscous. And these guys that are like at 46% alcohol, they probably just can't really achieve that. Like it's probably just too much water added. They would have to really be old. They'd have to be really old juice to achieve that kind of thickness, I think, at 46% alcohol. Um, that being said, some triple distilled products kind of get away with it because the triple distilled products have like a really light, smooth mouthfeel that while it's not necessarily that thick, um, it does have a great mouthfeel when things are triple distilled, at least in my experience. But for double distilled, man, they really got to be old, I think, to achieve a good mouthfeel at 46%. It's obviously not watery and thin like you can get sometimes at younger um, 80 proof stuff, but hi, you're back again. It's almost like you're here and then you leave and then you come back and then you leave and come back like there's nothing going on anywhere else. This one's mine. You have your own. Well, you can have this one. This one's yours. No, that one's mine. This one's yours. You can have this one. That's why I got it for you. Oh, yeah, you don't want that one because I'm not drinking out of that one. Rocket Stone, brother. All right. Appreciate you, Thor. Thanks for the raid. Thanks for popping in. Of course, yeah. We should just do it. We should do as you do. I've never used this shout out command. Let's do that. Boom. Does that work? Boom. We did it. Our friend Thor Q. Hey, hey, you. You don't want this? No. Look, are you going to give your opinion? Look, you can give me some notes on this spice tree. What do you think? No? You just want my undivided attention. My attention is slightly divided, and that offends you, I think is what's going on. Hey, you don't need to chew on that. Chewing on my light fixture again. Hey, come here, you. Maybe you just do this because you know you get some amount of attention if you start chewing on my light fixtures. Yeah, let's not do that. You're silly, Adria. All right, yeah, let's call this 6. I think 6 is good. All right. Now to 15, we're going to talk about our experience. How much did we enjoy this whiskey, Adria? You want to give it? You want to give your opinion? No, it's not for you, is it? I didn't think so. It never is. Sometimes Mosley gets enthused by the whiskey, but we can't give him any. He's a cat. So the aroma is it's actually lovely. There's some lovely nose on this. It honestly, right out of the bottle, it smells like someone in the kitchen is like making warm apple cider. And there's some amount of like candied fruit stuff going on. Some vanilla in the mix. Yeah, you want my attention. I know. But that's about it. The palate has like some amount to be desired. You know, there's some good flavors in there, but nothing too exciting. The finish is like pretty meh. I would call it meh. Now that being said, among the blended scotches that I've had, it's pretty tasty. But I haven't had any too like high-end blended scotches. So can't really make a comparison based off that. What are you doing in there? I don't know what you're doing. You're hunting around in my markers. So probably just call this, despite the fact the nose is pretty good, the rest of it is kind of like whatever. Give it like a distinct rating. It's distinct, you know. Give it like 6. Yeah, 6 is probably fair. 6 out of 15. Nothing wild going on. It's not doing anything outstanding. It's tasty. I enjoy it. But it's not doing anything crazy. That's right. Nothing crazy going on here. I like how the nose is integrated with itself. The nose notes are the best part for sure. But it's not doing anything crazy. 13 and 6 and 6. This is a 58. 58 out of 100. We call this good. It's a good whiskey. A good whiskey. Good. What a score. 58. And among the other reviews I have here, where does this land? An 11 others. This actually lands 4th, actually, among the other ones I've done. So that's not too bad, you know. That's pretty reasonable. It beat out stalwarts like Highland Park 12-year-old. So that's something to be said for that. What? Do you need a brushing? You do need a brushing. All right, well, I guess you didn't want this. So yeah, not bad. So despite the fact that you can't get this anymore, you're not missing that much. It's not bad. I enjoy it, but it's not crazy. Nothing crazy going on here. You don't have to FOMO over this bottle. I'm going to buy one right this second.